Welcome to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert, and this is my pal Venetia, who is a participant in the Day One program. Venetia, how are you?
I'm terrific. Robert, how are you doing?
I'm doing real well, thanks.
Good.
You've been on our program before. Susan's not with us this time, but obviously a good friend as well. So, people probably know that you're a woman with Parkinson's. And if you don't mind refreshing us, when were you diagnosed?
In July of 2020, so about
2020.
4 years ago.
Okay, very good. And you started with this Day One program. First of all, I guess when did you hear about it, or how did you hear about the Day One program?
I heard about it by being in the Jam for Joy classes, and I was in the Shawshank Redemption. They won the first Shawshank class that they had back in May, I guess it was May of 23.
That's right, a year ago. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you joined that, and what were your expectations, and then what was the result for you within that class? Because I can take the cat out of the bag to say, A, you're a very good writer.
Thanks. My expectations, let's see, I thought that the main reason for taking it was to explore where I was with my Parkinson's and how I felt about it, what I was going to do about it. And I had a lot of fear in the beginning. When I started the class, I was just very fearful of falling, of a lot of frustration. I was very afraid to talk about my Parkinson's. I was needing to learn. I was needing to get somewhere else than I was. I was really stuck.
That's a common story I hear it, and I think it's a default position many have with their Parkinson's from really diagnosis going forward. If you don't have good management tools and a particular group around you that can really help you express the emotional, psychosocial side of it, it's easy to get into default mode that can feel like it's spiraling out of control.
Right? It sure did.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I took the class was just to figure out what I was thinking, because lots of times I think your writing opens you up to know what you're thinking and what's going on. We write so that we understand. And I really enjoyed the class a lot. Get this out of my way. Um, it was really eye-opening for me, and I really enjoyed writing in metaphor. That was awesome because that really opened things up for me.
So
And
people, yeah, they wouldn't think of that because, when people talk about telling their Parkinson's story, they tend to be on the surface level. Well, this happened, this happened. You really jumped into, as you said, the metaphor and the mythologization, right? The idea of seeing beyond the literal, and you wrote some really fantastic adventure. What did it mean for you to see beyond the known, just the physical realm of your body, to experience life in that way?
um, well, it was really great. It really helped me to overcome my fears. Initially, I just was writing, I felt like I was cramped up. I was writing this little box, and writing a metaphor helped me to decide, okay, I can call this whatever. I think the metaphor aspect of it was really useful for me. For many of the other people, as far as opening up, we're so used to writing, this happened, this happened, this happened, but created stories that some of them which were not really true, but they all had a basis of my what was going on for me. So
Well, so that you bring up a good point when you say what's true. And that's what I think keeps some people from writing metaphor because they could say, well, what do you mean love is a rose, or life is a highway, right? We're not saying we're not saying similes. It really forces your mind to accept a different kind of truth. And in this sense, the truth is your emotional and psychological perspective, as opposed to the literal, what my eyes see is the only truth there is. Um, and what I heard you say, and you tell me or push back if I got it wrong, was that you found comfort and maybe even some kind of expansive ability about how to see who you were and see your fears in front of you instead of locked up inside of your head by using these metaphors.
right, I really did. I saw my Parkinson's as a viper fish swimming through my brain, eating up my dopaminergic cells. That really helped me, like, I just felt like it was not me, it's in me or it's invading me somehow. I also saw later Parkinson's as an octopus, and its arm is reaching around. And my brain is, and how octopuses turn color. I felt like that was a lot of what Parkinson's is. It changes day to day, depending on what's going on, and changes month to month. That reminded me that it's not always what you feel that day. It's not gonna be that bad the next day. It might be better. It might be worse, but your symptoms will move on, and you don't have to be stuck. But, yeah,
That's huge because, like you said, you started off feeling like you were stuck. So the recognition of a tool of how to get yourself unstuck was to use your creativity. And by the way, not just singularly, not by yourself, but within a group,
right,
and against a framework that could, the hero's journey and the movie The Shawshank Redemption, right, that could reinforce some of these themes and metaphors that you could borrow from, right?
right, it was great. Just reading other people's work was so inspiring, and you know that you're not alone, you know that there's other people there as well. Other people have the same fears, the same types of, struggles, and different as well, and, well, I'm glad I'm not there, or I was there, now I'm not. So I really felt like, um, I I became aware that I was standing in my own way as
Yeah.
far as.
Well, hey, Benicia, here's what we're going to do because you did incorporate other people and you continue to do so. So I'm going to have you come back for another episode. We're going to talk about the website you've built, Escape from PD, and what you've done to help show your escape and others along the way. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right. See you on the next dose.
All right, bye.